Because I always thought that going to the dermatologist was for chicks.
Yeah,
I thought that's just like because chicks went
That's true.
for facials and things like that, Botox. Facials and Botox. I thought that was pretty much all it was for.
Dermabrasion.
That's not what
It's for
dermatologists
eczema
do.
and skin cancer.
So late to the party. I'd never been to a prom before, right? Now, granted, it was our own prom.
Kind of like a fake prom, but whatever.
A fake prom, but I, hadn't been to one before. I was late to the party on proms.
And that was pretty much a prom.
Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah. That's exactly what a prom is.
Those who have been to one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, coming off of Juneteenth, there was a whole group of slaves who had no idea that they were free.
Yeah.
No one told them.
Horrible.
Right? Late to the party.
2.5 years.
Right. So, late to the party. What have you never done? Like, I never went to a prom. My wife kept making references to the movie Carrie. Because I guess there's a prom in that.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a
Okay.
pivotal
I guess
scene.
there's a prom in that?
I don't know. That was the thing. I've never seen it.
But see, that's such a cultural. I've never seen it either, but I'm
cultural
very
reference.
well aware of the end
Yeah.
scene.
Right.
It's a
like
horror movie,
the
right?
Scene.
Yeah.
I know that.
Right.
That's all I know. It's a horror movie.
And it culminates at the prom.
Okay, I didn't know that. I had no
Wow.
idea. So late to the party. There's another late to the party.
Very.
Never. People that go, oh, I've never been on an airplane.
Right.
Still exists. Man, it's never been to Dubai.
People who have never left their own state.
So what is something you have you've never done? You're late to the party on it, or maybe you just took forever to experience it. Because you do have when you finally discover something, you're, man, where has this been my whole life?
Yeah, it's been around for 10 years.
Yeah, like I felt that way about Breaking Bad. Like, why did I?
Too.
Yeah.
Or better yet, Better Call Saul. I tried
It
it and
did take you a
I
while.
quit on it too early.
I've tried 4 times, I think.
Because I watched
So
Breaking
great.
Bad first and I loved that. But then I started right into Better Call Saul and I couldn't make it past that first episode.
Yeah.
Which was mostly in black and white and him
Yeah,
at the
that's
Cinnabon.
why. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
it's way more artsy.
and I'm like, forget it.
But the rest
Man.
of it's just like Breaking Bad.
But yeah, but then once you get into it, you're like, oh.
That's what you say. And I think I made it to episode 4. I'm like, I just can't follow it.
No, Greg,
No.
you gotta
Get back in there.
so good.
The first season really is like that, though. It's all
Really?
legal,
It's just-
legal drama.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Hard to follow
It just
at
gets
certain
so
points.
crazy.
And it makes me just want to watch Breaking Bad again,
Which is fine.
True.
which I've already watched twice.
All right, so we got people texting in. You can call in 877-44-WOODY. Yeah, like the prom thing.
Yeah,
That's another one. I'd never been to a prom, but now I have.
Yeah.
It was a Woody Show prom, but still, now I've been to a prom. Juneteenth, we're talking about how it was like this whole group of slaves who had no idea they had been freed. Nobody told them. Late to the party on that news.
Yeah, one could
But
say.
better late than never.
Yeah.
My recent one was the Nathan Fielder stuff. I've
Oh,
been
how
around
much
for
he
years.
rules?
Nathan
Yeah.
for you, and it's so up your alley, Woody. Like you would.
Yeah, I know.
Especially with
so
the plane
good.
stuff. I have a
On the
TV
list.
show one too. Mandalorian. Love it. Thought it was fantastic. And I'm not really a big Star Wars person. Also, Yellow Jackets. These shows have been out since 2019 and 2021, and they're so good.
Yellow Jackets is
yeah.
good.
It's so good.
How about late to the party on Dermatology? Like, I'm gonna make an appointment.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm gonna make an appointment.
and remind
finally.
us why.
Because I always thought that going to the dermatologist was for chicks.
Yeah.
I thought that's just like
Because
because
you
chicks
have
went
skin?
about
That's
it.
true. That's true.
for facials and things like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
Botox.
That's
Facial?
a
Yeah,
different-
facials
yeah.
and Botox. I
Oh
thought
my
that was pretty much all it was for.
Dermabrasion.
That's not what
It's for
dermatologists
eczema
do.
and skin cancer.
I mean, they do that. They do,
Now I know this, Gina.
but they do related crap. They do lasers and peels and things that women are into.
Yeah.
It
What's
depends.
the
Yeah, but-
what's the thing that you and my wife were just talking about? Like, what?
Dermaplaning. I don't think she wanted you to know that. Because I said it and I was like, oh, maybe that was a secret. We were talking about dermaplaning, which is essentially shaving.
It's not a secret. I just don't care.
Yeah. Okay, good. So it doesn't gross you out.
No, I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's shaving, essentially.
Yeah, so chicks are shaving.
Yeah, you
Shaving.
take
but
this
they can't call it shaving. They got to call it.
dermaplaning. You
Dermaplaning.
take this really sharp razor and they'll just like hold your skin really tight and like shave off the slough off the skin.
So it's a straight razor shave.
Yeah, right.
Pretty
with
much.
Greg and I
no-
got that at Hammer and Nail.
And
Right.
it feels
Yeah.
so
And-
smooth.
Talk about late to
Yeah.
the party. We've been doing that.
Yeah,
Shaving
guys
late
been
to the
doing
party.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
And it sucks.
Well, as someone who who had my first dermatologist this year, Woody, it's not much. It's pretty boring.
Well,
Well,
no, I
if
just
you're
I figured
okay.
like now that I know exactly what they'll do, it seems like something that you should do at some point, right?
Yeah.
Did they get like the magnifying glass out and like go over your body?
I don't know.
It was very slow. Yeah, I remember I went because I had that cyst on my sack.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she did a full over. She did I made her do the once over, so she wasn't just looking at sack. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, and what they just kind of
by the
like
way.
keep it
And she just
every mole, every mark.
But see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I have like almost no moles or marks, so she just looked at it and she's like, "Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, that's just a cyst. Yeah, you're fine."
Yeah. It'd be good to know, though. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the colonoscopy scheduled. Might as well make a. But I'm late to the party on dermatologists and what they do.
Might as
And that's
well.
not just for women.
Along those medical lines, I'm 50. I can't even remember. 54. I've never had a prostate exam. Shouldn't I have had one by
I think
now?
you're supposed to have those at 50, right?
You are?
I think
I
like
believe that's
30
correct.
these days.
So would it be weird when I go to the doctor to say like, can you do one of those? Or
Hey, doc.
like, do you request it? Or should
I
they
think
just
when
do
you
it?
call for your appointment, you say, by the way, I think I need a prostate.
No, I think when you go for, do you do physicals?
Yeah.
Okay, so at
But
the
they've
annual
never
physical,
done
they're
one.
supposed to, I would
Yeah,
think.
why
Maybe he's
is
got a
your
terrible
doc-
doctor.
So I guess you have to ask for
I mean,
it?
just go to the guy who I talked about colonoscopy with, and he'll be happy to put his
Is there
finger in your
any
butt.
history of prostate cancer or anything in your family?
Yeah, grandfather.
That I would
Boy.
definitely go.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely go.
And it's so treatable if you get it
Today.
early.
Huh.
Start.
Got to look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting younger and younger on the prostate stuff.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, the colonoscopy's down to what, 40?
45, I think.
45?
Yeah.
45.
Yeah, it
It's-
says,
it's so much fun.
depends on your personal risk
It's the
factors.
best
For
day.
most men at average risk, around 50.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta
Very
Go do
look
it,
good.
please.
They'll recommend a periodic PSA blood test
Yeah, you might just
and
they make-
possibly a digital rectal exam. Does that mean but with
Yeah.
fingers?
But that's
Yeah.
what I thought a
Yeah.
prostate
That's what
exam
a
Me
was.
digital?
too. Digital, your digits.
I think
Oh.
they're starting
It's
with
not a computer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, yeah.
the PSA test. I think has replaced a lot of just the finger first.
Oh.
I thought it was all only finger.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
me too.
Our friend Tony Mott
Yeah.
said he didn't see Top Gun until after the sequel came out.
My husband, same.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Crazy.
Yeah, I get that.
Weird.
It's weird.
If you're young enough, it just wasn't on
Yeah.
your radar.
Well, no, I
have-
mean he's my age, so
Yeah.
I mean for
Yeah,
people our age,
right in the sweet
everybody
spot.
saw.
Yeah,
it.
and
Yeah.
if you're a dude,
Yeah,
You know?
it's called
True.
not being gay.
I know
Yeah,
Greg
it's called
will get
ruling
this,
hard.
and I know Woody will get this. I was so late to the party on the ribeye, like that
Oh.
cut of steak.
It's
That's
Really?
It's the only steak on earth as
that's
far as I'm concerned.
all I
What?
care about.
What were you eating? If you were going to have a steak, like
Filet.
Ugh,
And I didn't
boring.
realize, well, because I didn't eat beef for a number of years, and I don't have a reason why. I just lost my taste for it. I grew up in Kansas, had enough of it. But and then I started eating it again. I was like, oh, filet, that's kind of tender and normal. It sucks.
so
I'm
boring.
all ribeye all the time.
I know. I like a good fillet.
yeah.
Ribeye.
Now
Oh.
that we're talking about food, I was so late to the game and discovering how much avocados rule. They rule
Oh.
so freaking hard.
Yeah.
I was so against it. I was like you, Woody. I was like, oh, it has a weird texture, and it obviously it's green. I don't want it.
Yeah.
But then it's
Creamy.
It just rules so hard on everything.
Yeah, it's
469.
great.
Getting a pedicure as a man.
No,
I was
there you
not into it, but once I did it, now forever, dude. I'm telling you the same thing. I never
Yeah, you're all
I never
about
did anything like that, but
That's
yeah, hammer and nails, man,
Mhm.
just all about that now. Yeah, and people are texting over to 22987, a couple of the other ones. Hey, yeah, I've never seen one Star Wars TV show, movie, you name it. Nothing Star Wars, never seen any of it.
I've
That-
only seen the first one.
Oh, really? That was one that I was late to the party on. I watched it probably a few years ago for the first time and became obsessed with it to the point where I was like, how come more people don't know about this? How come nobody told me about this? Which,
Don't
of
know
course, it was
about it.
everywhere.
Here's one. Sorry for the TMI, but tampons. I tried them as a teenager, but hated them, probably because I did it wrong, and then just never tried again for some reason until I was in my mid-30s. Game changer.
Wow.
Super
yeah.
late to the tamp party.
Well- Welcome.
But after that, then the next step, Sammy.
Is the flex disc.
Oh, yeah.
I got to give that a big
Yeah.
thumbs down. Remember when I
Yeah,
tried
you
it?
tried
here?
Yeah, you tried it. You
But I think they also gave me like a double XL. Like,
yeah, I, think
didn't
it
know
was
there were
the sizing
sizes.
for you. Yeah, it's and you have to get used to it. It takes a little bit to get used to, but they're amazing.
209 says, I've never had sex. I'm a 33-year-old certified virgin.
Whoa.
So
Religious?
You got your certificate?
Oh.
There should be a service for that. Like, and I'm serious. Like somebody who like a professional, and you hear about like sex therapists.
Isn't
or
it
whatever.
called
Yeah.
hooker?
Like a cherry taker?
Well, that's the thing is hookers, danger, obviously, illegality in lots of places. I think there should be like we call it therapy.
A pitch
Yeah.
hitter.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You're learning on the job?
Right,
Also,
exactly.
You're from the 209. Like kids have kids when they're like 13 there. I don't understand why you're not getting laid.
Oh, wow.
469, late to the party, smoking weed with all my friends.
Hell yeah, bro.
I did it. I was kind of prude once, but once I tried it, best trip of my life.
Nice.
All right. Still late to the cornbread party. I've never had it. Never had cornbread?
That's crazy.
Wow.
I can solve that problem for anyone who's afraid of cornbread. Can I tell you how?
Afraid.
My
Who's afraid? of
who's just
cornbread?
like
What do you
because
mean?
some people say it's a texture thing. and it just doesn't appeal
Bread?
to them. Cornbread.
Well,
'cause it's
cornbread
gritty.
has more
It
of
has
like
a little
grain,
mealy.
Yeah,
mealy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can totally change this for you. My mom made it this way my entire life. 2 boxes of cornbread mix with 1 box of yellow cake mix. Combine
So it's
everything and make it
cake.
together.
Illegal
it's
cake.
Exactly, and it's sweeter and it's fluffier. 2 boxes of cornbread, 1 box of yellow cake mix. You're welcome.
All right. Well, it just sounds. I mean, it's
It'll
not
be
cornbread, but
it is. I mean, it's just way less gritty.
Sounds like a cake.
I think it's not an afraid thing. I think it's a cultural thing. Like certain parts of the country just don't have it, like other parts do.
Who doesn't have?
Yeah, it's not like a
cornbread?
daring thing.
what part of the country wouldn't have cornbread?
Yeah, you
Uh,
said
Or wouldn't be
I-
familiar with it?
I
Yeah.
said growing up in Nashville, I see it way less almost everywhere else.
Nashville?
I mean,
What do you mean
Oh wait,
Nashville?
I
The
mean,
South?
oh, no. I thought you were saying you didn't really say. Okay,
Right, like
I got that backwards.
It's everywhere in Nashville, but going other places, I see it almost nowhere.
Yeah, and it's so good.
I just went to Trader Joe's for the first time ever at 56 years old.
Congrats.
Welcome to heaven.
Yeah, late to the party. I've never been to a club. That's from Victoria.
Don't worry, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, that's more of like a lot of kids these days just don't go.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not interested.
They're annoying.
They
Yeah.
are.
What's something you're late to the party on? You've never experienced. You've never done it, or it could be, like The Mandalorian.
yeah, just started.
What's something you're late to the party on? Somebody said, "Hey, much like you, Woody, hobbies. Never had one. Finally got one. Wish I would have done it years ago. Same,
Just a hobby in general.
Wonder what the hobby
Yeah.
is.
same." Late to the party. I'm a 29-year-old gay man, and I had never been to a Pride event until this year. Wasn't for me.
Oh,
It's like Greg,
I get
same.
it. Yeah.
Expensive.
Not,
401.
Not my jam.
They're more for the straights now.
There you go.
Kinda, yeah.
Seabass, this is from 225. Late to the party, returning my shopping cart.
there we go.
I didn't know how immature it was just to leave it in random places.
I mean, I appreciate that, but your parents failed you.
Well, I
Totally.
mean, I don't think it was that big a deal until I would say, really, I didn't really notice it all that much until somebody else pointed it out. Like, I wouldn't just notice it on my own.
Wow,
It's when-
you of all people.
Because I put my
It's
cart
just-
back.
It's just the normal baseline of
yeah,
humanity.
But I think it has gotten worse. You know, if you can talk to your grandparents or whatever, they would say, yeah, they didn't even have cart returns. We just took it back to the front of the store. 'cause
Right.
That's where it went.
Because
Correct. They didn't have even corrals.
Well, you'd have to notice if it was shoved into somebody's parking space. I hate that.
But like when Greg brought it up about like some cart hitting his car at one point, it's like,
Greg-
oh yeah, that sucks. And then we started talking more about it, and then the cart narcs thing became a thing at some point.
From Greg, I don't know about that.
No, but my point is like it wasn't until somebody brought it up. It's something I've always done,
Yeah.
just because that's an OCD thing. Not even my cart. I find myself grabbing some of the random carts and bringing them
Hell yeah.
myself.
You legally work there.
Like
Hell
if it's
yeah, dog.
propped up on the what do you call it, curbing?
Yeah.
Like I'll notice.
Yeah.
I'll take that back up
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah, it sucks. I never got to experience when I worked at a grocery store. They came later. Was the little like what was it's like the golf cart thing that pushes all
Oh,
the carts?
yeah.
Because I would
Oh.
push like
Yeah, big
35,
train
40
of
carts,
Those are
carts
cool.
by myself.
Hell yeah.
See
Yeah,
those at
that's
Target.
pretty cool.
Yeah, and now they got the machine.
I've never tried sushi.
Oh, come on.
You're missing out.
Yeah, I was kind of late to the game on that. I was probably late teens.
I was in
until
my
started
20s.
Not that
sushi.
late.
Yeah, I'm scared of it.
951 says, 925, I'm late to the party. 61 years old, I've never seen The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's
Wow.
insane.
Really?
972, I'm 39, I cannot ride a bike. That's suspect.
Wow, that's weird.
I don't like
That is suspect.
The
Here's
city
one.
kid?
Anna, 562, never been to a concert.
Huh?
How?
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah,
never.
how do you not stumble upon a concert
Right,
at
not
some
any
point?
kind, like a concerts in the park or
Right.
something.
Renaissance Fair.
And then somebody said they just had never tried it. They finally tried it. They're kind of into it. Anal.
Oh, okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, they were just always kind of curious about it. Never
Sure.
dabbled, and then dabbled. And now they're like an analholic.
An anal addict.
Yeah, they're like a butt slut. You know?
Total hardcore butt slut.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Late to the party. Phones open for you, 877-44-WOODY. Text us. Like these people have over to 22987. We'll be right back.
The Woody Show will be right back.